All right, so next we're going to talk about greenhouse gases. And the whole question of climate change is related to greenhouse gases and an increasing amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, specifically carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is, heavens Betsy, what we're representing. So Alicia here is wearing the C on her head, and that means that you are carbon.
Carbon.
So Alicia's carbon, and Sheila and I are wearing O's on our head. And so
Yes.
we're oxygen. So we're a little CO2 molecule, and we're all bonded together in a line. Awesome, nice tight bonds in the CO2. This is good. And then the carbon atom actually shares its electrons with the oxygen atoms. And so Alicia ends up having a positive charge. Sheila and I end up being negative.
I'm so sad that we're
We're
negative.
negative. Alicia's positive. You can see big smile, positive. And so when an electromagnetic wave comes in, the electromagnetic wave is a wave of electric and magnetic fields. Let's focus on the electric field. If the electric field is pointed up, the positive charge moves up, and the negative charges move down. And now if the electric field is pointing down, and now up, and now down, and now up, and so carbon dioxide interacts with electromagnetic waves as they pass by, and it absorbs them and it emits them. And so carbon dioxide is a very, very powerful greenhouse gas. Alicia, thank you for your help with this. You're a very good sport. Thank you. The next piece of the puzzle is carbon dioxide is a really, really powerful greenhouse gas, and also so is
H2O.
H2O. And you can do those kind of like simulations with your students. It's a good way to get the students up and moving. And we want to show that they're greenhouse gases. We told why that's true, and it has to do with the sharing of electrons and the fact that electromagnetic waves have electric fields associated with them. But now what we're going to do is we're going to light this can of Sterno. And each one of you is going to get a can of Sterno to use with your students. And we're going to use this, I wouldn't let the students use it directly.
No, and I think they need to stand back from it with their cameras.
Because this particular type of Sterno, this is like gelled Sterno. And when I light it, that is actually burning. But you can barely see the flame.
Yeah, I can hardly see it.
You can barely see the flame. And so it's easy to think, oh, no problem here. If I hold my hand near it, go ahead and hold your hand like right here, you can feel the emitted thermal radiation.
Wow. And it's pretty warm.
There's a big plume of water vapor and carbon dioxide coming off of there. And the big plume of water vapor and carbon dioxide, of course, you have a big plume of hot greenhouse gases. You don't see the flame, but I do see the plume. And all those greenhouse gases that are coming off of this flame, they're hot, they're emitting thermal radiation. I can see it, I can feel it. I can feel the emitted thermal radiation. And when those greenhouse gases work their way into the atmosphere, they will continue to emit thermal radiation. So the atmosphere is going to be emitting more thermal radiation down onto the surface of the Earth. Net result, when you shine radiation on something,
you warm up.
You warm up. And so the Earth is going to get warmer because of the enhanced thermal radiation. And there's other effects as well. And this makes it so abundantly clear. You can see the thermal radiation from the greenhouse gases, from the burning of hydrocarbons. And this is the central element of why we worry about climate change. We're putting so much of this in the atmosphere. We're literally changing the radiative properties of the atmosphere. And by doing so, we are changing the Earth's climate. But you don't want to finish on that note. Oh no, that would be too sad. So next,
we have an activity you can do with your students that has to do with how to reduce their own carbon footprint. Things that are actually doable if they're willing.
Stuff you could go home and you could do tonight. So we're not just going to say like, oh, we're all going to die. Have a good day.
We'll that would be awful.
We're all going to die unless we do something. Oh, and here's something you can do.
Take a shorter shower.
Take a shorter shower. We'll have some great ways where you can compare apples to apples. In some cases, literally, how much carbon dioxide is involved in the production of an apple, but also other food items and clothing items and different activities. And so students can see what they're doing to put carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and what they could do to reduce.
I think that's good. Really a good idea.
And that's a strong way to finish, with giving people the message that there is something you can do and something you can do right now. And that's the end of our climate and climate change kit, and we want to finish by telling the story of climate change. We also want to finish this video by saying one of the crucial pieces of the puzzle, why we like to share kits with teachers, is because we want to connect with teachers, and we want you to stay connected with us. Would we visit your classroom, possibly?
I think so.
If you had questions about how anything worked in the kit, could we help with that?
Yes, we could come to your school, we could visit with you on the phone, email.
So we're happy to do anything we can to support you in teaching any of the sciences, but particularly this one, because this is something that's a particular passion of ours in recent years. Thanks very much.
Thank you.